Very good afternoon. We are starting this bulletin with some breaking inputs coming in from Mumbai. Actor Sheezan Khan of the Tunisha suicide case has been granted bail by the Vasai court. The bail has been granted on a surety of 1 lakh rupees. Remember, the public prosecutor in this case was also changed just a few days ago, and the police had even submitted the charge sheet. But the latest that we are bringing to you is that actor Sheezan Khan has been granted bail by the Vasai court, and this bail has been granted on a surety of 1 lakh rupees. Important to highlight how in the last week of February, the public prosecutor in this case had in fact asked for more time to go through, to delve deeper into this case. For more details, I'm also joined in by our reporter Yesha. Yesha, if you could throw more light on the latest.
Yes, in fact, what we see now, it's been more than 2 months that actor Sheezan Khan was in the judicial custody. What really had taken place was that there was a bail plea which was filed by Sheezan's lawyers in the Mumbai bench. But however, because the charge sheet was already filed in this case, which is where the entire bail application was taken to Vasai court, where the proceedings were initially going on. Now, what needs to be seen is that because the charge sheet has been filed, bail has been granted to Sheezan Khan on a surety of rupees 1 lakh. Now, let us speak about the case. We've seen that Tunisha Sharma, who was an actress, had in fact hung herself in the studios wherein the shoot was going on for their series, wherein Sheezan was the colleague of Tunisha, and there were allegations leveled by Tunisha's family that it was because of a breakup between Tunisha and Sheezan, which was where Tunisha was depressed and she had taken this step, which is where we saw that that Sheezan Khan was arrested by Vasai police. What in fact was also seen was that Vasai police had taken Sheezan into custody. They were investigating the case, and on the basis of their investigation was where Sheezan was kept in the jail for the longest time. Now, what in fact needs to be seen is that that the bail has been granted.
Right.
Will he actually be able to step out of the jail today? Because it's already around 12 o'clock. The formalities need to be completed, and from Vasai court to Thane jail, where Sheezan is actually lodged in the custody of Thane jail. It is approximately a distance of 1.5 to 2 hours from where the documents need to reach the location. And considering it is a weekend, whether Sheezan will actually be able to step out of the jail today or not, these are the questions that actually need to be raised. But for that matter, right now, when we speak about the entire case, wherein Sheezan has been in the jail for all this time,
Right.
and because his bail application was long due, but on the basis of the fact that the charge sheet has been filed, the authorities would have thought that it was safe enough to let Sheezan be out on bail. Because earlier we've seen that there were apprehensions raised that considering that the charge sheet was not yet filed, Sheezan could not be granted a bail. Yes.
That's very rightly pointed out by you that perhaps it is because of the fact that the charge sheet has already been filed that the bail has now been granted. And while, of course, we are yet to see what time and whether or not today Sheezan will be released, the fact of the matter remains that this case is a strong case, because remember, the police had pleaded to the court, or rather informed the court, that it was that 10-minute conversation that Sheezan Khan had with Tunisha before she committed suicide, that was very crucial to her suicide case, and that there was CCTV evidence as well of her suicide. What are those aspects that make it a watertight case for the police?
In fact, yes, what we see is that there was repeated statements that have come in by Tunisha's family. Also, the 10-minute conversation that we speak about right before the death of Tunisha. In fact, what was seen during this case was that Tunisha had posted a video on her Instagram wherein she said that, wherein she appeared really happy. She was positive about her life, but also there were these details which came in by the crew which was present during the shoot, that there was a conversation which took place between Sheezan and Tunisha. There were also allegations raised by Tunisha's family that Sheezan was in fact seeing someone else as well. There were a series of allegations that were leveled by Tunisha's family, and statements of Tunisha's mother was also recorded. What was in fact also mentioned by Tunisha's mother was that just a few days before Tunisha's death, Tunisha had happened to mention that Sheezan and Tunisha were not seeing each other, which is why Tunisha was upset. So these were all these details that were mentioned by the court, right from 10-minute conversation to all these details. We also seen that Tunisha's phone records were also being scanned by the police, to ensure that the conversation between Tunisha and Sheezan over the last few weeks, where before Tunisha's death, could also be traced. So these were some of the cases, some of the points on the basis of which the court was investigating agency, that is the police, was looking into this case. So these have been certain aspects that have been
Right.
mentioned by the police in the charge
Yesha,
sheet
if you
as
could also
well.
throw
On
light
the basis
on
of
what
which
Sheezan's lawyer has had to say, could you throw more light on that?
Shizan's lawyers have always had this statement that considering that the investigation, the case is over. It was in fact a part wherein the charge sheet was filed quite early. It was in a span of a limited duration. That is, we did not see the charge sheet is filed so quickly. But in this case, the charge sheet was also on the verge of completion, and Shizan's lawyers had repeatedly said that Shizan should be sent out on bail, and which is why we've seen that the entire proceedings was taking place in Mumbai earlier as well, on the basis of on the basis of all the on the arguments that were taking place in Vasai court. But considering that the charge sheet was filed, that is why the case actually went to the Vasai court. Yes.
Many thanks to you, Yesha Kutak, for bringing in all the latest on this case, and we'll keep coming back to you depending on when